What's going on with all my billionaires out there? This the guy Hoods Billionaire. Welcome to Hoods Billionaire TV. Big favor, big abundance. On today's episode, we're gonna be talking about Dak Prescott is the black Kirk Cousins. Let's talk about it. So, as y'all know, man, I am a avid, diehard Dallas Cowboys fan, right? I covered all the games last year. You know, this year I just want to more so enjoy it and just soak it in. You know what I'm saying? But after this performance against the 49ers, I mean, I just feel like this needs to be said, okay? Because now it's time to just be honest about what we're seeing. Dak's been a starting quarterback for 8 years for the Dallas Cowboys, right? He came in with Zeke, a prime Ezekiel Elliott, you know, who was just running Ramshaw all over the league. You unstoppable, right? So it kind of covered for some of Dak's deficiencies, I mean, right? So, you know, Dak's always been this guy where there's pretty much been the perception where he's a good quarterback, but is he a great quarterback? Like, he a fringe top 10 quarterback. That's kind of how you got to look at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, fringe top 10. He might anywhere from 9 to 11. Somewhere in that range. You know what I'm saying? And, which is good enough to win with. You can definitely win with a top, you know, 9 to 11 quarterback. Pretty much say a top 10 quarterback, right? But in every big game, Dak seems to show up small. I've never seen Dak show up big in a big game. You know what I mean? You can say the one game in Green Bay where he lost to Aaron Rodgers, the playoff game, right? He played a big game that game. Threw for like 303 tubs or something like that. He had a big game, right? But he stunk it up the whole first half before he turned it on in the second half, right? But he did have a big game, right? But what else happened in that game? Zeke had 100 something. Dez out there had 100 and something. So, okay, cool. You know, we could say the Tampa Bay home opener. You know what I'm saying? When they played again, when he had CD and Amari and I forgot what our third receiver name was at that time that went to the Dolphins, but he came out that game threw crazy, 3 damn near 400. And you know what I'm saying? A few tubs and lost to Tom Brady. So once again, had a big game, but still didn't win the game. You feel what I'm saying? You could say the playoff game against Tampa Bay with a, you know, busted up Tampa Bay offense that wasn't really that good. You know what I'm saying? You could kind of say that Seattle game. I guess he had a decent game that game when he won that playoff game. But every time he's running to the San Francisco 49ers, this guy has played small. And when I say small, I mean small. The sample size of 3 games is big enough. Dak has thrown like 6 picks and 3 touchdowns. Like, you're good for 2 to 3 picks against San Francisco. That's pretty much what that's showing. And in just every big game where you need him to play big, I just never see him rise to the occasion and play big. And I know what I'm looking at now. This is the nigga Kirk Cousins. This is who he is. This is the nigga version of Kirk Cousins. I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm seeing now. You feel what I'm saying? Where you're good enough to be good, to make sure that you always have a good record and your stats are decent, but you can never win a big game. That's who Dak is. That's who Kirk Cousins is. That's who Dak, and Dak might be a little bit better than Kirk Cousins, just a little bit. He might be a little bit better, but they're in the same range. You're good enough to keep the team good. You're good enough to be competitive and have a good record, but not good enough to win the big game with. That's Dak. And year 8, come on, man. After 8 years, you know who somebody is. You know what I'm saying? If you've been dating somebody for 8 years, you know who they are. Like, we know what Dak is. I don't really have to see nothing else. You know, we could finish the regular season and end up with a great record. We go 12-5. Okay, that's about what we do with Dak. He gonna get you 12 wins. He's a regular season guru. That's who he is. So I wouldn't. That's none of that will shock me. You know what I mean? We're gonna go to the playoffs. We're gonna play a team that's either a good team or a regular team in the divisional round. Cause not in the divisional round, in the wild card. Cause we're gonna play a wild card game, right? So we're gonna play some in the wild card game. Okay, we're gonna play somebody there. Okay, and we're probably gonna beat them because they're not gonna be a great team. They'll be a good to average team, and then we'll go into the divisional round and we'll play a great team, and Dak's gonna fold because that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? And this is just criticism on what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Dak has shown that he's going to fold in the big moments. It happens every single time. Dak shows he's going to fold in the big moments. And I can't keep making excuses for him, man. I refuse to keep making excuses for Dak. I just can't do it. I can't do it no more. I know what I see. Dak come out, throw 5 touchdowns in the next 3 games. 5 touchdowns a game. I'm still not going to jump back on the bandwagon. You know, not until he showed me he can exercise them playoff demons. I don't want to see nothing else. It's just like, I'm going to watch, okay, if he do good. That's what he does. That's what Kirk Cousins does. Dak is the black Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? The nigga Kirk Cousins. That's who Dak is. So, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm upset at what I saw. But I've been seeing it, so I should have known. You know what I'm saying? Unless Dak somehow miraculously can exercise them playoff demons, we got to figure something else out at quarterback. Because I just don't know if he's the guy. Like, he just can't. He just not that guy. Try Cooper Rush, man. Cooper Rush is calm. He doesn't seem nervous when the bright lights are on. Dak seems nervous when the bright lights are on. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. It's the guy who's being there. Big favor, big abundance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. This the guy who's being there. Big favor, big abundance. I'm gone.